solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Also, just speak into the mic and you have the water there.
All right, before we get started, what is your preferred title? Is it officer or agent or some other title?
Special agent is fine.
Special agent. All right, special agent, before you testify, let me just ask, now that you're under oath, have you reviewed any of the previous testimony offered in this case?
No, I have not.
So you haven't observed any on the court's live stream?
No.
All right, Mr. Wood, you can inquire on direct.
Thank you. Can you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Mark Saari, it's Saari.
What is your occupation?
I'm a special agent with Social Security Administration Office of the Inspector General.
Right. And how long have you been doing that?
Approximately 5 years.
Tell us about that. What do you do as a special agent?
So I investigate allegations of fraud, waste, and abuse within Social Security Administration.
And how does one become qualified to do that?
So I was a prior deputy U.S. Marshal for approximately 13 years. I have completed the criminal investigator training program at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia. Glencoe, Georgia.
How did you become involved in the investigation regarding Tylee Ryan and J.J. Vallow?
So in or about January of 2020, the FBI out of Phoenix, Arizona contacted our office and to locate the whereabouts of JJ as well as Tylee Ryan.
So you were referred to it by the FBI.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, when did you say that was?
In or about January of 2020
What was the purpose of your investigation?
to determine if the whereabouts of the children were to be located as well as if there was any kind of Social Security fraud involved.
What did you do in furtherance of your investigation?
So I met with local law enforcement, met with the FBI, as well as had several subpoenas issued as well.
I want to talk to you about Tylee Ryan. Did Tylee Ryan receive Social Security benefits?
She did.
Why did she receive Social Security benefits?
She received survivor benefits based upon her father, Joe Ryan, who died on April 3rd, 2018.
And how much did she receive a month?
Approximately $18.59 per month.
Where she was a minor child, was there a guardian or someone who represented her in those payments?
Yes.
Is there a name for that individual?
Lori Vallow.
And is there a specific, is it fair to call her a representative payee?
Correct.
As part of your investigation, did you look into what bank accounts Tylee Ryan received these Social Security benefits?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what bank account she received those benefits in?
It was to a JP Morgan Chase account.
And do you know if, where she was a minor, was her mother also on that account?
I believe she was, yes.
Did the bank account she received payments into ever change?
Yes.
What did it change to?
To a BBVA account.
And do you know when that happened?
On or about August 20th of 2019.
Would there have been a notice regarding that change mailed to the representative payee or Tylee?
Yes.
And through your would that have been an automatically generated notice?
Yes, correct.
And in your investigation, have you uncovered such a document?
I have.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the witness be handed State's Exhibit 114A.
Yes.
And you can save a trip. He's already had provided me a copy and I'm no objection, Judge.
All right, I'll quickly look.
Your Honor, I just realized I did not provide courtesy copies to the court earlier as well.
Okay, and I'll just take a look at it as well. All right, Exhibit 114A has been offered without objection. It is admitted.
Detective, what is Exhibit 114A?
This is a notice sent by the Social Security Administration to Lori Vallow on behalf of Tylee Ryan on August 27th, 2019, notifying of the bank change that happened.
And does it state the change, or I'm sorry, did you say what date it was sent?
The letter was sent on August 27th, 2019.
All right. And this just establishes that that bank account changed.
Correct.
Did Tylee Ryan stop receiving Social Security benefits?
She did.
When was the stop date?
In or about January of 2020.
And do you know why, through your investigation, those payments stopped?
Due to her whereabouts being unknown, our agency turned off the benefits.
And are you aware of a last known sighting of Tylee Ryan?
Judge, I'm gonna object. It's calling for him to make a determination based on hearsay.
The way that question's worded, I'll sustain that.
I'll retract the question.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you really quickly about JJ Vallow. Pursuant to your investigation, did JJ Vallow receive Social Security benefits?
Yes,
Why did JJ Vallow start receiving Social Security benefits?
due to his father, Charles Vallow, dying on July 11th of 2019,
And do you know how much he received?
$19.51 per month.
And do you know when those payments began?
It's in September 18th, I believe, of 2019.
Did he also have a representative payee?
He did.
Who was his representative payee?
Lori Vallow.
Okay, so the same as Tylee's.
Correct.
Do you know when JJ Vallow, or did JJ Vallow's payments stop?
They did.
Why did they stop?
Due to his whereabouts being unknown.
And now I want to ask you a couple questions about Lori Vallow. Did Lori Vallow receive Social Security benefits pursuant to your investigation?
Yes, she did.
What kind of benefits did she receive?
It was called Mother, Child, and Care. So essentially, she was married to JJ's father at the time of his death. So he received a benefit for taking care of JJ during that time period.
So she received payments tied to Charles Vallow's death as well,
Correct.
essentially for being the mother to a minor child who was receiving payments.
Yes, correct.
And do you know when those payments started?
It would have been the same day as JJ, so on or about September 18th, 2019,
And do you know what her monthly payment was?
approximately $19.51 per month.
Did the monthly amount she received ever change?
It did.
Do you know why?
In January 2020, I believe there was a small U.S. Treasury reclamation, or money was taken away from the account based on her a debt she owed, I believe, to the U.S. Treasury.
And did her payments ever end?
They did,
Why did they end?
due to JJ's whereabouts being unknown.
When a person receives Social Security benefits, pursuant to your knowledge as a special agent and through your investigations, if they have certain changes in circumstances, are they required to notify the Social Security Administration?
Yes, they are.
What are some of those circumstances?
If the recipient or child moves from the address, if the person dies, if the custody of the child or person changes, that kind of thing.
In fact, and are individuals who receive Social Security benefits, are they notified that they are required to give that notice to the Social Security Administration?
They are.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the witness be handed State's Exhibit 114B.
There won't be an objection to that either, Judge.
Okay, I'll just briefly review that before it's admitted. Exhibit 114B is admitted.
Thank you. And may I publish that to the jury?
You may.
And Your Honor, may the witness have another copy of that while
No
I publish?
objection, Judge.
If we have one.
I do.
I have it.
Okay. So, and to be, I don't know if it matters, Mr. Wood, but what should be published is the exhibit, not the copy.
Right. What I
Okay.
have is the exhibit that will be published.
Okay, and then I will allow the copy to be provided for reference to the witness.
Special Agent, what is this document?
This is the copy of the reporting responsibilities that were given to Lori Vallow upon the application for JJ Vallow.
And would that have been an automatically generated document?
Yes, correct.
And it would have been mailed to her?
Either mailed or handed to her directly. Either two of those would have happened, correct?
All right. And you said this lays out the notification requirements.
It does.
What page is that on?
Page 1, I believe.
It starts there.
Page 5 of this document, but yes.
And so what are, again, you stated before, but what are some of the requirements that require notification for a change in circumstance?
On here and notes any beneficiary dies or becomes unable to handle benefits. That would be one item on this document.
And if a beneficiary moves, are they required to notify the Social Security Administration of that change?
They are.
And you stated earlier, if one of the child beneficiary dies, they're required to report that?
Yes, correct.
If a person such as Lori Vallow, who's receiving parent and care payments, if they remarry, are they required to provide that information?
They are.
Special Agent, pursuant to your investigation, did Lori Vallow ever report to the Social Security Administration that Tylee Ryan died or was missing?
No.
Did Lori Vallow ever report to the Social Security Administration that JJ Vallow died or was missing?
No.
Did Lori Vallow ever report that Tylee and JJ had moved from Arizona to Rexburg?
No.
Did Lori Vallow ever report to the Social Security Administration that she married Chad Daybell on November 5th, 2019?
She did not.
And did Lori Vallow ever report to the Social Security Administration that she moved to Hawaii in November or December of 2019?
She did not.
Special Agent, the funds from Social Security, before they're paid out, who do they belong to?
They belong to the U.S. Treasury, which is part of the U.S. government.
Just one moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state has no further questions for this witness.
Very well. I'll allow cross at this time then, Mr. Pryor.
Thank you, Judge.
This is the exit.
Good afternoon, Special Agent.
Good afternoon.
Now, I heard a lot about Lori Vallow. Lori Vallow didn't do this. Lori Vallow didn't do that. Lori Vallow didn't notify of the deaths or moving. Are any of these documents or is this case involved in any capacity with Chad Daybell?
No,
Chad Daybell's not on any of the documents.
correct.
Chad Daybell is not under any obligation to report that he married anybody in particular, correct?
Correct.
And Lori Vallow is the one, if she's failing to do any of these acts, Mr. Daybell is not obligated to say anything, correct?
Sorry, repeat the question again.
Well, Lori married Chad Daybell. At that point, is Mr. Daybell obligated under the Treasury laws to report that to the Treasury Department for Lori Vallow's SSA payments?
I think if he were aware that there was a violation of what's happening with the reporting responsibilities, it would probably be a problem for him. I would agree with that, actually.
Okay.
To repeat that, if he was aware that she had responsibility to report that, and that's actually a federal violation, and he was aware that did not support that, I believe that would be a problem actually for our agency to investigate.
It could be a problem.
It could be correct.
Okay. But primarily, the person who's failing to report making those representations is the one who's primarily criminally responsible. Would you agree with that?
That's probably accurate, I would say. Yes.
And it would be unusual for a spouse to report on their own spouse that, oh, by the way, they're not, they didn't report about the benefits. It's really the onus is on the person receiving the financial assistance, right?
I would say so.
And that financial assistance was being put into Lori Vallow's independent account, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Now, if I'm adding this up correctly, you said Lori Vallow was getting $18.59 a month commencing when?
In or about September 18, 2019.
And was that because of a death? What was
What's
the reason for that check?
for JJ or for
Tylee?
for Tylee? That was for her father dying in 2018.
Tylee's father dying.
Correct.
Okay, so Tylee's father died and Lori Vallow. Do you know when did that come in? That check started?
For Tylee?
Yeah.
Her father died in April of 2018, so she would have applied for benefits after that date.
Okay, so he died in April of 2018. Okay, and at that point, she was getting 18, or after she applied, she was starting in September of 2018, she was getting $18.59 a month, right?
September of 2019, she was receiving $18.59 per month. Every year increases based off of COLA, so it would have been a little bit less, I believe, in the previous year to that.
Okay. And at the same time, she was also getting this mother-child care as well, right?
In regards to
For
Tylee,
Tylee, did she get the mother-child care?
not true. No, it would be for JJ.
Okay, well, I was just asking whether she did, so it.
Okay.
Okay. And then JJ started getting the Social Security payments. Is that right?
In September of 2019, correct.
Okay. As far as Tylee is concerned, the Social Security payments end when?
In January of 2020.
In January of 2020, the payments would end, right? Is that what you said?
Based upon our stopping the benefits for her, correct? Yes.
Okay, what about age? When do the benefits end as far as age?
If she turned 18, they would have stopped.
So if Tylee had turned 18 years of age, they would have stopped automatically anyway, correct?
Correct.
And at the time of Tylee's death, do you know how old she was?
I don't have the exact age for her at that time. I don't.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. And then as a result of Charles Vallow's death, JJ started receiving $19.51 a month.
Correct.
So my math is not great. We're about $3,800 between the two kids just from Social Security benefits. Is that right? That Lori Vallow received?
Are you asking per month or what time period?
Per
are you
month,
asking?
per month.
I'd have to like add it up, but it'd be 1951 times 2 plus 1859 per month. So I don't have a calculator in front
Oh,
of me.
I'm sorry. That's right. The child throws another $1,900 in there as well, right?
With mother, child, and care, correct?
So 39 and 18, we're north of $4,800. $5,800 a month approximately, right?
I'd have to add it up, but it sounds right to me.
Okay. And that's money that she receives every month. And only because her third husband died, right?
Correct?
Her fourth husband died, correct?
Correct?
Okay. And then at some point, those funds would continue until the children would reach 18 years of age. Is that fair?
They would, with one caveat. If
Okay.
we had sent a letter to her address in that time period and the letters were being returned to us, we would have stopped benefits immediately based off of that happening.
Okay.
So at some point, we would have probably be sending letters to the address in Arizona. And we'll stop benefits based on the letters probably being returned to us. So
But I'm talking in generalities. In generalities, if nothing had changed and everything remained the very same, and it just continued on with until both children reached the age of 18. Potentially, she would be, until Tylee turned 18, you'd be looking at almost $5,800 a month in payments for just the kids to her. Would that be fair?
until the children aged out, I believe that'd be correct.
Okay, all right. Judge, I have nothing else. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Pryor. State have any redirect?
Your Honor, the state does not have any redirect,
All right, is this witness intended to be recalled?
not by the state.
Not by the defense, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, that'll conclude your testimony. Thank you for appearing.